All right. Thank you, everybody. You can hear my voice, but this is me.
Hello, hello.
People,
Welcome
thank you,
to
welcome.
another edition of ArtsXplore.
All right.
Artist Talk.
Artist talk, yeah.
Yes.
Today, well, thank you for coming. I know,
Yes.
quite a lot of participants are saying that, oh, we have to, it's Chinese New Year, we have to go and visit relatives and friends and everything. But for those who are here, thank you for visiting us on this virtual, space, and spend some time with your,
Yeah.
friends and all that,
Yep.
here with the Art Explore friends and the Art Explore fam. Yeah, thank you so much. So I know we haven't met for like 1 week.
Yep.
1 week and a half. So thanks, like, Rongshen, Ryan, Avik, Celeste, and all that, people coming in. Everyone's coming in. John. Hello, John. Tarifa, Tahira, Wei Jin, and all that. I will keep reading the names and
Yep.
scrolling down, and thank you for coming. Today so before we forget and everything, we need to wait. I need to get Junisha to mute her mic first.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, she did. Hello, Junisha. Hope your mic's working. Just now your mic not working this morning. So, this morning was quite awesome. We had a few groups to consult. Just talking and chatting to us. It's okay, Junisha, on the chat. Don't worry about it. Small matter. Today we have a very good and special day for you. It's our good friend Urich.
Yep.
Urich is annoying and we love him. Before we forget, this is Spang again. Okay, and then this is Lei. Okay.
Hello.
In case you all forget, because people keep getting us mixed up. Spang and Lei.
Okay. Yeah, different hair.
Different hair lah.
Yeah.
So today, Urich, for those who Google him a bit, he's everywhere, but he's based in Singapore. And Urich is one of Singapore's prominent video artists. And why we invited him today is that he's been doing a lot of getting a lot of prolific work out, and all that.
Yeah.
But he did mention that, hey, during lockdown,
Yeah.
he was entirely his exhibitions, his everything, like
true.
like
It's
not
true.
that it's cancelled, but it's like limbo.
Yeah.
And then he had to find new ways of working from home. So he's like, during lockdown, all of us stuck at home, and then artists and all that, he's also stuck at home. But yet, you would say, "Aya, video artist is okay lah, everything digital ma for him." But actually, for video artists, right, I feel that the site is quite important.
Correct.
And how he has to grapple with now everything is really showing within a frame. And today's talk is going to be slightly different.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the the usual people talk, then the slideshow, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yuri is
yeah.
like, I don't want to do that anymore. Then I say, okay, Yuri, what you want to do? Then he's like, I want to show things. I want to have a show within a show.
Yes.
I say, sure, we can accommodate that, no
Sure.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so here and his his awesome kakia June have devised the show, based on Urich's direction for us. So today's format is a bit different. It'll be like a chit chat show. Okay, he gets to do his stuff, and then he's like, "Hey, whatever. I never explain. You don't like. You just interrupt me. Then I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's,
sure.
it's
We
more
will-
like a chit chat.
It will chit chat
Chit-chat
and
VJ show.
VJ show. He's gonna do his show is gonna be a VJ session for
Yeah,
us while me and Lei just keep interrupting him.
Yes.
and
That's
all that.
our point here.
And then anybody that there'll be loud noises at certain parts, so you have to play with your speaker and your earphone a little bit. There'll be soft noises, so use the chat and feedback.
Yep.
Use the chat prolifically. So I'm going to hand over the time to Urich right now.
Yes.
And then drop the bomb. Thank you.
To you, Urich.
Urich.
Okay, hi. Thank you. So maybe we will start by watching some gear porn. Yeah, June, can you start?
Urich for us, this one is like different parts, right? Like different parts of Urich that's stitched together. Because you told me I can interrupt. Urich, you're muted. Urich, you're muted. Urich can use the chat button. Can't help it. I see myself on my screen. Can you put me in the chat? see many versions of Urich now. It's quite scary for me. He can't help it. I see like 4 versions of him. So shrunken. Okay, I'm gonna up the game a bit here. People, you all can unmute yourselves and be part of the conversation. Urich is just a jokester. He likes to put people in weird, uncomfortable situations. So I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to tell people, please unmute your mics and contribute to me speaking. If not, I'll be speaking to the void and Urich's lectures and face.
So anyone in one minute,
It's
mute
okay.
yourself.
I can hear you.
You can contribute to this. Let me see this
Performance.
It's a performative
Yeah.
talk today.
Marian saying she thinks that it's Twilight Zone. She's a bit like wong 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 wong. I thought Avik might like this kind of things. I cannot say the S word, so Avik might like this kind of things. Stuff, yes. Stuff. 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 All my naughty bits coming.
Maybe you don't want to talk, right? Okay.
Gives me those super old sci-fi film vibes like Metropolis. Urich is Metropolis. I can hear my name, but I can't hear the rest of what you're saying. I refuse to tell you. You will now have to guess what I'm saying about it. Is it good things or bad things? I just said that Avik would probably like this stuff. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Let me see, I can remember names. Is Richard still there? Is Curie still there? Where is Amiro still there? Oh, there's this person called Gyoksha. I'm just going to call random names. Let me see if I can remember. John. Yes, I remember John. I remember Tarifa. This is like a video version of 433. It's very addictive to watch. I think he's trying to get us into like his little world. He's trying to pull us in. Resist, people, resist. Yeah. So he wouldn't usually. I don't know why I told him to do a proper talk and he cannot do it. He just can't, and it's him. So he doesn't talk. He'll let his work speak for himself. It's very annoying. Same lah. Like something very different. But I also feel like something might jump. Yes, Amiro. I think it might just jump scare. Maybe I'm the jump scare. I might go like this. Like some book. I'm very stressed. I see a lot of Urichs. How induction. So I'm thinking to myself, right? Urich, how is this relevant to the podcast? I know you know it, and I know.
How is it?
Verbally, you can express it in your VJ form. Or your multiple
I love it.
facets of you. Yeah.
Hi, hello.
Hello, yes, we can hear you. We are all stuck into this performance because we're recording all the comments also.
Yeah, I was also reading the comments. Oh,
Yes,
that's good.
yes.
So the last one said like cult induction ritual. Yeah.
Yes.
Jump scare? No, I don't do jump scare.
But you do cult induction ritual lah. You do what?
Yeah,
It's
maybe
like
I'm a cult.
hypnosis.
Yeah.
He's a cult leader.
He's a cult leader. He can be a cult leader. I can be the recruiter to the video
Yeah.
art cult.
So so I'm glad people are reacting to it. There's some reaction, right? As opposed to normal slide talk.
Why do you want to do this rather than a normal slide talk?
Yeah.
You don't want to tell me, but I know you say like,
Yeah,
don't want lah, because you
I
do so
mentioned to
often.
you like because you see all those videos and pictures, they are always part of my video installation. or they are put within some editing process or any form of installation that I did, I will have certain things like this, but they are very understated. They are hidden in some editing, or they are part of a larger installation. So people always tend to look at the machine or the installation. They would not see so much of these glitches or transition. I would say they are transitions. So they are a bit like the spaces in between a large scale work. And if you slow down, you will see all these transition, all these little works. So I think as a form of introduction, I think this is also actually this is probably the few numbers of talks that I try to explain about the kind of works that I do. And I think this is to just to highlight this in between small spaces, so to speak.
Junisha asked a very good question.
Yeah.
Where?
Junisha asked, is it like a subliminal message that you
No.
want to tell people via? Because you have another account set up, and the account is live.
Yeah.
I can see that you are actually the most static. Everyone is like me, especially. I'm like reacting to it. Then you're like just like that, right? Then there's another account that is like totally live. It's glitching right now, even as we speak, like merging and unmerging. So is there like a subliminal message?
No, that's my assistant June. So
Yes.
he's helping me in broadcasting now.
Yes.
So actually now I'm in my studio at Aliwal Art Center, and
Sure.
the whole place is just very messy and jammed with a lot of stuff.
Yes.
So to achieve certain broadcast system, some method, we actually use quite a few number of things. So so it's not just you can see my table is quite messy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's
I
planning
know
around.
Serena likes this kind of.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you get
true.
all guests of it.
Yes, I'm very happy whenever there's a lot of gear around me.
I do it for you only.
Around me and Urich gives me a lot of comfort.
Yeah.
But you see, like you already have that kind of level of expertise. That's why you have a lot of gear. I want to ask a very important question. What if you don't have that much gear? What if you have very simple gear? Like a lot of our participants they literally don't have gear and they have idea only
They have a mobile phone.
They have a
everyone
mobile
has
phone
Yeah.
that's all So what will your advice be for people who are like starting out?
Yeah, your most powerful gear is your phone. And actually, your phone, you can record, you can edit, you can download apps to do something, and the most important thing, you can broadcast. You can send things online.
Yep.
So actually, your one phone can do almost everything. It's just that, of course, limited by scale or maybe multitasking kind of stuff. But you can actually do a lot of things. In the beginning, I also just use my very old iPhone 4, just make my videos. And they don't look like they are from a low res video. They look normal. It's just how you edit. Yeah. Maybe I shall start with the actual presentation.
Yes. Please. People, Yuri's gonna start the
This is the
actual presentation.
That
That was the actual presentation. We are all part of the show.
Yeah. We were in the show earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so all right. So I guess you guys can see this first website. So today I will only just browse through all the different websites that is now hosting my works, and some will have just pictures, some is like video, and there's some on VR platform. So we'll try to just check how it goes. And these are just a 1 year or 2 year of production. And I think I'd like to start with this one, created by Instinct, a 14 days stay home notice. I think this is one of the earliest shows that I'm involved in, because of of course you know that we did the circuit breaker. So a lot of the times that we start to worry about our production and our artworks, and we can't travel already.
Yep.
So my friends like Yo Shi-yun curated this show and invited her contacts from overseas and Singaporean artists. So we did a show that's based on artsy. But I'll try to just browse through a lot because quite a lot to talk about. And for this one, our Heartlands is organized by Pro Arts and NAC. And they allocated each artist, I think there's about almost 100 artists. Each artist will use one location, one site to present a work. So I'm not sure, maybe it's by chance or obviously I work in LaSalle. So I was given, or I chose LaSalle as my site. So I use some methods in glitching and as well as what's the word? Deepfake, Google deepfake to achieve some weird images based on the existing image of LaSalle. So
Just waiting for it.
this image is actually by chance, by accident.
So just now you also took a while for your food to come.
Yeah, there's someone talking also.
Don't worry,
It's part of the
it's
show.
part of the show.
Part of the show, right? Yeah. Not ghost.
Everything here is
everything
you love glitch so much that every time there's a glitch, I'm
Everything
going to
is part
say
of the
that
show
it's part
here.
of the show.
Yeah, good.
You love leakages, sound leakages, or that I'm just going to say
Okay.
it's part of the show. Marianne is like, this is the
I
greatest show. The greatest show, man.
Yeah. So Spang and Lei, you can also ask me at any point. If you want
Okay,
to
can, no
explain
problem.
more.
Can.
So I will try to just explain the most obvious things. So then I think in August or September, then our friends from Tokyo, IFD, invited us to do a show that is based on exactly this stay-at-home situation. So they actually have a an art space, the gallery. They have a gallery in Tokyo, and we are just stuck in in Ariwa Center. Yeah, I think I will later on show you that clip. And also I was involved in the Nature Biennale in Korea, South Korea. Yeah, I'm supposed to go over there, but you can see it has turned into a mini video art show, and only the Koreans are there to visit the space, and the rest of the foreigners, we are just sending a video art. So you can see the video artwork is based on a trip that I went on, a Japan trip to Izu Peninsula in Shizuoka Prefecture. It was like maybe 5 years ago. So I think that kind of traveling and those kind of trips that go to very remote places like this place, I think maybe give me the so-called inspiration or longing for another trip again. Very emo.
I remember. So I'm just going to ask you a question here.
Yeah.
I know you travel a lot because of your shows and all that, and
can I play while you're talking?
yeah, please
I think
go ahead.
just to save
We're just
time.
going to chit chat over the thing.
Yeah.
So my question is, how about, what do you have to say to people who are like, oh, Urich, you're so lucky because your work everything digitalized, yeah. So you just show law. Compared to theatre, we all, because I mean I come from theatre, I have so many theatre friends. Everyone's like, theatre, no, very difficult to gather, very difficult to have audiences, especially, audiences. So how would you respond to that? And how would you also respond to say, how has your work kind of changed now that you are not there to supervise the setting up? I mean, we talked about some of the incidences where the work was, it can't be helped. Maybe you can answer the two questions.
I think for theatre and dance and the kind of art forms that you need a space and you need audience, it's more of a interaction. I think it actually if you look at the format, it will not change so much because the way the theatre or stage is configured, it is like you just take out the audience away, your work can still go on. Your work is still on the stage. You're just presenting it through online. Like we did one show in November last year, Fortis Foyer, created by Richard Chua.
Yeah.
And we staged it in Substation Theatre. and we just do everything as per normal as a theater show, but we just
Without the
stream it
audience.
online.
Mm.
We have everyone, we have the crew come in, we have the artists to collaborate. So it's the same as before. It's just that you don't have the audience behind you, watching. Yeah. So there is it's just that one part that is different. The audience is not there. The audience is online. But of course, that the ticketing, I think the ticketing also went down a lot because it's online. Typically, it will be lower, but we are still selling ticket online. So somehow, yeah, it's affected by the ticket sales. Yeah, but you cannot say the show cannot go on. It will still happen. And sorry, what's the other question? What's the other one?
The other question is, so you have a lot of works, right? That you have, and I'm gonna tweak the question a little bit actually here. Then what is it like if you cannot be on site to actually solve a lot of the problems that you have? Because people are saying, I just put online. But then you told me, you said, but I still yearn for, the space, the on-site, the exhibition, the everything where people come and see it in a physical space. But then you say, I'm not there to solve a lot of problems, a lot of technical problems. And then, sometimes my work gets a little bit different lah. How do you feel towards that?
Yeah, I think this is really have to communicate with the curator or organizer or even your assistant you have on the other country, the other side. So of course there will be a lot of problems, but I think it's just how you communicate with people and how you prepare your work that they can install it for you. So it won't be that impossible. But of course there are always sometimes the work is not ideal the way you want it, and there's a lot of communication problem or some technical things that I wish I'm there to do it myself, because it's much easier than rely on the others because they have other things to set up, so they can't just do it for me. So it's a bit hard. So sometimes you just have to make your work understandable for the other side on how to install, on even how to present. So for example, like this work, right now I don't have the actual installation pictures, but this work was in Taipei, presented in May last year. But actually, June and I, we went to Taiwan, Taipei to shoot this work in 2019, December. We actually prepare a lot of things. We go on site to shoot, and it's meant to be on location. I show you a bit of the extract.
Yeah.
June told me there's no sound for it.
Yeah, don't have.
Never mind lah. We just show it. I mean, you can find it later. Right?
Yep.
So it's just the situation that is not ideal, but I think I think the problem just had to try to solve as much as possible.
Then my question is, to people who, knowing your works lah, to people, I know you don't care a lot of the times, you ever told me before, correct me if I'm wrong, I rather they react to my work, don't need to like one, they just, at least have some form of reaction. My point is that what if people say, what is he talking about? I don't understand. Is there a need for you to let people understand, or you're okay to allow people to stay in that, gray zone, and then slowly come to it or even go away from it?
Yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, while answering you, let me play this video.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Okay. Maybe I don't show the sound. The sound is quite loud. So
Sure.
I find that I think maybe because of media art or video art, because it takes a duration to talk to show it.
Yeah.
Then often maybe you're in a gallery or you're staring at a computer. It's not like watching a movie. where
No.
there's a plot, there's a story. You follow the story. So in most of media art or digital art, is kind of abstract. I think it's because that video art is not film. Video art doesn't
Yes.
follow film narrative.
Absolutely.
But there are some works that is functioning like a film narrative, which are also video art. Some are very text-based, talking about methods or process. So it's very clear. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that kind of thing. Some is very visual. Some is just very using elements, and some is just using impressions. So unless you understand the context of it or the artist's method of working, if you follow the artist's work, and then you see another work that is very weird, but actually you understand the artist's methodology already. So it won't be so abstract. But even though the work is like very strange or new, you don't understand, then you just look at the elements, because there's no linear explanation. If it's a linear explanation, then I might as well just make a short film, like a movie story.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's always about impressions. And of course, there are some elements and clues around the video or the work. Then the audience just have to look at it, it's really figure out yourself, I'm not here to feed you. So you just have to look at it. You don't understand, it's fine. Maybe you can, if I know you, you know me, you can ask me directly. I'm okay to explain. Or you can rewatch it. I mean, it's really up to you. If you're interested, you will want to find out. You're not interested, even I force feed you, you're also not interested. Right?
I mean, which brings me to the next question. You talk about these elements in the image. So, what are elements in the image that are important to
you
That
as a maker lah.
as a
I know you went through phases.
media artist. What is
Phases,
these elements that are crucial to you at different stages?
Maybe like this one. just nice this image.
Okay.
So this image is I just give a very generic name called Three Domes. But if you guys know what this come from,
Yep.
this three
Different
dome thing.
religious domes.
Yeah, where does it come from? First impression.
Anybody who wants to answer, please answer.
You can.
You can answer people.
You can just speak up.
Yeah.
You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Unmute yourself and go for it. Don't no shame, no paiseh. No embarrassment.
Okay, if you don't know, it's fine. Because even some artists don't know what's this image about.
I thought it's the church and the religious image and all that, the domes.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
but
know this
where-
work lah.
we-
So
yeah.
so you don't want to give it away. Maybe
Yeah.
let the artist introduce it.
Like, can you guess where did I shot this from? It's my actual photo lah.
I can guess. Maybe you can
It's
explain lah.
it's our three museums.
Yep.
National Gallery is on the
Yeah.
left, then
Yeah.
Singapore Art Museum, and the right side is the National Museum of Singapore. So these are the three very prominent domes, the architectural features
Yep.
on the three museums. Yeah, so it's kind of for when I start to do this work, it's just part of my series of three domes. I just want to present the function of the museums and what is the role of the museum is playing now. So I just take that the most obvious thing. I thought like people would know, oh, this obviously is a museum, but people will ask me, hey, what's this? Where do you get it from? So it surprised me that very few people know that these are the museum domes, even though it's so obvious there. Yeah. So sometimes I would maybe this kind of reaction it was quite intriguing to me. So I start to evaluate, how does the idea of the museum really influence or affect audience or artists in Singapore? Like, do they even consider, when they make art, are they really thinking about the art scene, the art community, or are they just making work for themselves and just don't care about what people think? even though they want to make work that connects community, but even just a simple thing like the museum picture, they cannot recognize.
Yeah.
So to me, it's quite
actually.
interesting.
Actually, I'm surprised you say a lot of people they don't recognize. Because when we know this work, right, we were like, oh, okay, it's the domes, it's the religious, it used to be religious, and then now it's not. You know, it's a art. Usually they like to convert religious building into art buildings, like National Design Center, that kind of thing. So we were also quite surprised that if you say that people don't recognize it, it's like it seems as if if you don't put the name on the building, then people will be like, you know, not aware of what houses it and what is the products inside lah. So you want to use the word products.
I'm just wondering whether like the function of a space or a place determines what we pay attention to in the building. So by converting it into an art museum or art space, does it mean that the religious aspect of it is something that our eyes naturally not pay attention to when walking towards the building or encountering the space?
Yeah, if you put it like church of the something.
If you put it as a church, would our eyes naturally be drawn to the religious symbols? Iconography. So this is quite an interesting sort of take.
And also I keep asking for the participants lah. I mean, they I'm just assuming. So you notice a lot of like for you, right, as an artist, do you go for the form first or the theme first? Like sometimes you want to try out something, right? Are you like really interested in this specific way that it glitches at form? Like, you know, once in a while I get like a little bit ridiculous lah. I will go like, okay, I'm interested in this particular instrument. Then I will go.
In some ways it's the form first, because like I know like certain gadget will do certain things. Then I will try to just like, you know, that's isolate it, take it. Then I'll mix with another gadget that can do some other things. Then I'll try to mix it. So in the end, the result is quite unique, because it's only happen when you mix and match together. And the theme, I think, of course, like the three domes. Actually, this is the 5th version, and because this is an online show, like Love in the Time of COVID-19. Like this show in Australia. So it's on the website still, but the so-called online store is closed because this one is sold already. This work is sold to another artist, but based in US. So this whole show is about sort of supporting artist sales. So they managed to help me sell it. And but of course it's a very low price. It's just one small photo print. But the original one is quite a big one. I think I did it in 2018 or 17 at the gallery deck. So the first print, now I don't have it now. The first print is about almost, you know how big is a container space, the shipping container. So the whole shipping container space, the width and height is that size.
Wow.
So it's like what, 8 meters by 4 meters. It's just very huge. So it's printed on a large canvas and put it on the side of the building, the container space of deck. And then subsequently I did other versions. So I think that when I first did that, also people don't know where is it from. So for me, quite funny.
Like, it's like we're gonna have to open up the question session, the Q&A for the rest of the people.
Okay.
People, please do your any questions that you want to, you know, just chime in and all that, you know.
In the meantime, I just browse through and
go on the little chat room here that we have. Yeah.
Like this one is a online show as well by Taipei Artist Group.
Okay. Junisha has
asking a very, actually it's not our topic. Sorry, Junisha says sorry, this is a bit our topic, but I am quite curious. Actually, there are a lot of people that do not have any background in any arts background, but is a professional that you have met before in your professional career that you have attended. And what would you suggest to those who don't have any art background to pursue arts? That's not out of topic.
No,
It's very on topic.
Arts background, as in terms of what, in like technique, craft work training, or what background?
Okay, wait. So I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna assume that Junisha can answer also, but I'm gonna assume that if you're not like trained as an artist, you're out of the
you didn't go to art
school.
school.
Oh, so you don't know how to
go
paint
design
and
school,
draw
academy.
and do things. I find sometimes even people with art background don't do good work. Sorry.
Says Urich lah, the quotable and quotable.
No, I mean it's not good. It's like lacking of criticality.
Okay, lacking of
sorry,
criticality.
sometimes I just talk with you all. But I find I think that of course you need to have knowledge in art,
Yes.
but not necessarily techniques or craft work or things like that. Because like this work, for example, this actually is just shot on my iPhone. Then each work is like I just spin around 360 with my iPhone. Of course, every photo taken is on the same spot. It's very calculated. So framing is very calculated.
Yep.
And you can see that it is from from daytime to nighttime, right? Then the other side, the Taipei developer helped me to put it in the VR platform, so it becomes this ball, looks like watermelon. And this space is, if you can see it, is the Padang.
Yes.
Yeah. So the idea just came to me is that I'm working on the three domes and the museum topic. It's the same theme, and because of the situation, I want to show the Taiwan audience what it's like now during this situation. This online work is launched in December, and of course inside the work there's also sound. There's a soundtrack of the space and the noise, the traffic. So as they move around, they hear all the noises. So if you ask me, is there any technique? Yeah, there's technique. But is there any painting quality or sculpture technique or whatever technique? No, there's no painting technique. But there's a sense of visual language, or your sense of visualizing, or any sense of visuals on how to make it orderly, or you construct it in a way that it looks logical. You know.
Yeah.
So aesthetics may not be just, I want to make it very, like expressive and brush strokes everywhere, or make it very like hyper. It doesn't mean that's aesthetics.
Yep.
Aesthetic if you talk about Immanuel Kant or talk about Descartes, right, is a form of mathematical calculation. Like about the golden ratio, right? Now we go to geeky stuff. The golden ratio is the pi, right? The 3.14 and so on, that you can multiply, and you can create a very good pattern. So that is mathematical, but that also can create a very good framing. So aesthetic doesn't mean you must be expressive with a brushstroke. That's only one way of doing it. Yeah.
I think ultimately what you could be saying is that, as long as you have your passion to look at things differently, and to want to communicate with the world, because that's the way you communicate with the world. You see, even if I take away your iPhones, I take away all your gear, I literally mean all your gear, you would still find a way to communicate with the world. I mean, that's what ultimately we are trying to.
Yeah, you can be a scientist, you can be like a lawyer or engineer, or you have other profession, but you use your other knowledge to create work. Maybe the only problem is you need to visualize it. You need to know how to use your choice of medium, whether it's a TV or camera or a piece of paper. Then you must have technique using that medium.
I'm going to go on to the next question here.
Yeah.
For your for your projects like the negentropic fields, could you tell us more about how you came up with the collaboration with other artists, and what, most importantly, what you look for from the sound artist when you're working on such an immersive media? That's a good one.
From Urich.
Because Urich is
Go to the website. Yeah, this show, my role here is one part of the curator team.
Yep.
My collective is Intermission, and we collaborated with another team called Four Maxims.
Yep.
They are a two-person team that also deal with teaching architecture, but using a game engine to visualize the architecture thing.
Yeah.
Then we invited 5 Singapore-based artists and 5 overseas curator/artist teams. Yeah, so total there's 10, so-called 10 participants. So this show is invited by the National Gallery. Also during the time when we all like stuck at home, and they wanted us as one of the partners. There are also many other groups. So to create works for Singaporeans, for artists, to create a show. So our idea is what happens if there's no more exhibition, there's no more existing spaces that you can normally present a work. So negentropic fields is to look at negentropic, the word means something like the opposite of entropy. If you know your science lesson, right? Entropy is like breakdown of particles over time, over like maybe elements, it break down. But negentropic is quite a new word, coined to represent something that become more cohesive, to something that come together over time or over processes. And fields is not just like different faculties, different training, but also literary spaces, planes. So we're thinking of how do we get together using this platform or having this show, this event, to get different artists' ideas together. So that's the main gist of it. And in the show, there's of course we have the artworks by 5 Singapore artists like Andres, Barney, Debbie, Camping, and Zai. So we want to really present works by media artists or those who work with all kinds of audio, visual, video, media, digital stuff to really look at the problem of online presentation. And the actual work is actually this website. We have a space in the National Gallery. We have one space, but it's more of a fragment of this whole thing. And our other overseas artists and curator from other countries that we always work with, and this time we want them to connect with us. It's more like a network thing. So we have Autumn Modernists from Hong Kong, IFT from Tokyo, Japan, Tattoo Art from Taiwan, Total Museum of Contemporary Art from South Korea, and Tropical Features from Philippines. And they are, we invited them as collective, but also as curator, and then they will invite an artist from their side. Then it's all like together, like, yeah.
But bringing it back to the sound artist part, what do you look for from sound artists? Let's say if you want to collaborate with a sound artist, like Zai lah, example lah. Zai is a very famous sound artist.
Oops.
When working on such a media, or you just let them be lah.
Or what is the collaboration kind of methodology that you adopt?
Yeah, we are asking them like because we are creating this platform, the VR platform for them. So we ask them, how would you respond to certain aspect of your work? Whether you want to create a new one or adapt an old one, how do you want to recreate the show for the audience? And for Zai, he was working on the sound work he collected during the Bukit Brown tours. So if you know what's happening to Bukit Brown, the cemetery that got torn down.
Yep.
So he was there for many nights and days to record sounds. And so we sort of, not sure whether we can see the actual thing because it may be lagging. You can go on the website and see.
Sure.
So the whole VR experience is you are navigating through using the Xbox Kinect. So you just use your gesture by the hands. You can navigate, because without joystick, without the VR goggle, we totally have no contact with the machines
Yeah.
for safety reasons. So everyone is using the hands to navigate, and you can experience the sound when you get immersed in one of the points, in one of the plots. So there's a lot of sounds that he recorded, and we put it on the VR platform. And when you are walking around the VR environment, you are experiencing what he experienced. So you can say that we are trying to digitalize that experience, from artist to audience.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's like a simulation.
Okay. So, checking on with other, do we have other questions
Other
for you, Rick?
questions
Because
for-
I just realized that the time is like past already. It's
1
like,
hour
oh my
already, so
gosh,
fast.
I feel so
Oh,
bad.
time flies. Okay, just let me browse through all these works. Okay, blah blah blah, all the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
like
anyone has
Anyone has any other
maybe
questions?
One final question.
That
before
we can,
wrap up this
we can wrap
session?
up. No worries about it, people. Okay.
Maybe I unshare now. Stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Actually, we were all part of this. Okay, so to end
Wow,
this
so
all, I would
many
say
comments.
that today we were
Yeah,
part of
so-
a show itself.
It's true.
A show within a show, right?
Yeah.
Usually the presentation is like, oh, you have the invited speaker and then we have the slides.
Yeah.
And then now suddenly he plays, he invites us, to be part of this show, and then we are like, okay, I'm like, hey, can I ask questions? I have questions, and everyone starts to chime in with the questions.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I thought that is a very novel way of inviting people to be a part of the art show.
I think we unintentionally became part of the presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. I was
Yeah.
performing already
Yeah.
at
So
certain parts, for sure.
the cluelessness is actually also part of the
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the cluelessness is like what's happening. It's like this looks weird, it's like, religious cult indoctrination,
Yeah.
hypnotic session
I
kind of
think
thing.
something maybe all of the participants here can consider also working towards your presentation on the end of March. What are some of the possibilities that you can also look into in terms of engaging the audience or not engaging the audience
Online.
yeah. So as part of the conversation that you want to initiate.
Yeah, the show lah.
Yeah, the show.
Sometimes the
Yeah.
show might not be the show.
Yeah.
It might be part of the, the pre-show or the post-show, but it's still part of the show, which I thought was very, very good. It's a good insight lah for
Okay.
everyone.
Okay, we would like to thank Urich
Yep.
once again.
Thank you for everyone who contributed to the chat, and thank you for
you.
everyone who's like staying here and still like
Yeah.
looking and then all that, and then thank you Junster who's like helping out at the background. Thank you Rongshen for your thumbs up, and Ryan, Kai Jun, and everybody else. Yeah, thank you so much, and we want to say happy holidays still. Visit your relatives and friends and
Feasting.
or feast and stay at home and feast. Yeah, thank you everybody. Thanks
Okay,
you, Rick, so
next,
much.
Next week we
Next week.
have a dancer coming.
Yeah, next week we have a dancer
2
coming,
o'clock. We
and
have Maria Ru.
Maria Ru, and she's going to talk about bodies and time.
Body
Bodies in
and-
time and space, but yeah. How the bodies behave in time, and the body, the physicality of a body. And now as a dancer, Urich is like, I understand, the dancers and all that, they are like,
Yeah, I also know
time
dance,
perform. He's trying to be empathetic.
I also know
and-
dance.
So I would like to say please come next week, and then we'll chat with my Yue Ru.
Maria Ru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you everyone.
Thank
See
you,
you next
people.
week. Same time, 2 o'clock.
Ciao ciao.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, people, today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Hearts to y'all. Everyone has a heart. Everyone has a happy heart. Yeah. See? He does that. He annoys me like that.
Annoy him. Okay.
Just leave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let me just. So, if you want to find out more about our upcoming events, you can actually visit our website or log on to join us on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Amiru. Thank you, Janisha. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are we still live? Yes.
Yes, we are still live, people.
We are still live. We're still...
Thank you, everybody. We can still talk with the